Hello, third graders. I hope that you're having a wonderful Wednesday. This is our second week of summer school. Very exciting. We're going to continue with looking at place value today and using place value to compare numbers. Now let's talk a little bit about our routine. This is our second week, but let's just make sure you understand what I expect you to be able to do. So you're already on the right track because you're watching the video, okay? And that means you found the link in Class Dojo in the class story section, or in the message section. We'll have that too. So the first thing we're doing is just watching the video. Make sure you watch it all the way through. If you get confused about something, you can always go back and watch it again, right? After you get that done, I have an activity for you to do in Success Maker. This will be different than what we did last week, so it's going to be a different link. It'll be some of the same material because we're still talking about place value, but there'll be a little bit of different things in there to do as well. Okay? So there'll be something to do today, and I'll have something a little tiny bit different for you to do tomorrow. Okay? And the last thing that I want you to do is come to our Zoom meeting at 10 o'clock. So the Zoom meeting's at 10 o'clock, and we'll have our Zoom meeting tomorrow at 10 o'clock also. So the Zoom meeting is good because if you have questions, I can answer them for you. If you got confused on one of the problems that you did while you were working by yourself, I can help you with that. I can talk a little bit about what we're doing the next day to kind of give you a jump start on that. So there's lots of things that you can get out of coming to our Zoom meeting. And again, our Zoom meeting is at 10 o'clock. And I appreciate almost every future third grader that signed up for summer school was at our Zoom meeting on Thursday. So that was great. We got a chance to see each other. We did a little art project. And we'll do something again Thursday as far as an art project too. Okay? Alrighty, so let's dive in to what we're doing. We are talking about place value. So I already made myself a little place value chart up here, and let's review the basic place value places. We've got our ones place. That's your smallest place, 1 to 9. We've got your tens place. So that's going to be 10, and you can go all the way up to 99. And then we got a hundreds place, which goes from 100 to 999. And then we have our thousands place. That can go all the way from 1,000 to 9,999, okay, before we get up to 10,000. Now, what I want to do is look at how we use place values to compare some numbers today. Okay, so let's say I have two numbers and I have to decide which of them is greater. All right, so I would have, let's say I have 1,001 and 997, and I'm trying to decide what I should put in between them. Now remember our symbols, right? We have this symbol. Do you know what that symbol stands for? It stands for less than. Okay, and the way that I remember that that's a less than, because the symbol kind of looks like an L that got smooshed a little bit, right? You start off with L, smush a little bit, you got your less than sign. And then that means the other sign, where it's moving the other way, is our greater than sign. And I remember that because it's not the less than sign, right? So the less than and greater than, and of course you have your equal sign, right? And I think most people are pretty aware of the equal sign. So I'm going to use my place value chart here to compare these numbers. I had 1,001 and I have 997. Now, when I'm comparing two numbers, if one number has a whole nother place value that the other number doesn't have, it's automatically bigger. All right? So what doesn't matter is it doesn't matter that this is a 1 and this is a 9. That doesn't matter. What matters here is that this has a number in the thousands place. 1,001 has a number in the thousands place, and 997, it doesn't even have a number in the thousands place. So it has to be smaller. So I would say 1,001 is greater than 997. Okay? Because 1001 had a place that 997 didn't even have. All right? Okay, let's do another one. Let's say I have 5,436 on one side and 5,624 on the other. Okay, those are both numbers that go to the thousands place. And I'm trying to decide which of them is greater. I'm going to write them on my chart. I have 5,436 and I have 5,624. Now this time, it's not as easy as last time because when I go to the biggest place, they both have a number. And they happen to have the same number. In the thousands place, they both have a 5. Can you see that? Well, what do I do if I have a tie? Well, if I have a tie and I'm trying to figure out which number is bigger and they both go to the same place and they have the same digit, I just go to the next place over. The next place smaller than the thousands place is the hundreds place. And if you look, one number has a 4 in the hundreds place for 400, and the other number has a 6 in the hundreds place for 600. So, which is more, 400 or 600? 600 is more than 400, okay? So if there was a tie in the bigger place and the next bigger place, there is not a tie. Whichever number is there, whichever number is greater there, makes the whole bigger number greater. So I would say that 5,624 is more. So 5,436 is less than 5,624 because there was a tie in the thousands place, but in the hundreds place, one number has a 4, one number has a 6. 6 is more than 4. Okay? Alrighty, we have a little bit more time, so we'll do one more. Just to make sure you see plenty of examples. So how about I have 111 on one side, and I have 101 on the other side. 111, 101. We don't got to go big. Sometimes we can go small and get to important ideas. Anyway, so I have 1, 1, 1, and 1, 0, 1. So this is a tie again. Both of these numbers go to the hundreds place, right? And in the hundreds place, they both have a 1. So what do I do if there's a tie? Well, just like last time, I go to the next biggest place. I started out in the hundreds place because they didn't have a thousands place. The hundreds place is a tie, so I go to my tens place. In my tens place, one number has a 0, the other one has a 1, and 1 is more than 0, right? So that means 111 is greater than 101. Okay? So you always look and make sure that you don't have one number that has a whole different place that the other number doesn't have. Because those make it really easy, but if you forget to look for that, you'll get it wrong. Okay? Sometimes you'll have numbers where they have the same number in the biggest place, so you go to the next place over. Okay? So watch out for that too. Sometimes you'll go through and every place is exactly the same. What do you do if every number is exactly the same? Well, that's going to get your equal sign. So that can happen too. Okay, so you'd be surprised. People ask me a question about that. I'm like, what do I do if they're all the same? Well, they're equal. They're like, oh yeah, they're equal. Okay? Alrighty, so along right with this video, the link for this video, there's going to be a link for your exercises for today in Success Maker. So you're going to look for that. And again, it would be great to see everybody again at 10 o'clock at our Zoom meeting. So bring your questions if you have any questions from your work. Okay? I hope you have a fantastic day.